It's Candace with a K here, where I normally talk books, beauty, and kicks. Today, I am giving my review of the Hookup Plan, okay, by Farrah Rochon. Hope I'm saying that right. If you are interested in hearing my review, please keep watching. But let me just preface this by saying I've never read any of the Boyfriend series books, so I know this is a part of a collection of books, although I know that you don't have to read them in order and you don't have to read them together. It's probably good context because I hear that the characters overlap. However, I was given an advanced copy of this book, which is available now, so you don't have to wait. You could go read it for yourself. It is for sure linked down below in the description box. And I think if you like a good rom-com, you're going to enjoy this one. In the Hookup Plan, Drew and London are former high school nemesis, and they reconnect at the class reunion where they end up developing this hookup plan where they're essentially just pals, hookup pals. Of course, feelings develop and they realize that they are actually a good pairing for one another, and they end up together. Typical rom-com. And so if that's your genre, if you think Jasmine Guillory, you can even think of like the Intercepted series where it's just like really love-dovey. You might enjoy this one. For me, I give it a 3 out of 5 stars. I don't think it was a bad book whatsoever, but I just wanted it to be a little bit more spicy. Some of the things that I really did enjoy about this book is that it is very much about two well-established professionals. And so normally when you see in rom-coms, one is up, one is down financially, one is doing better than the other. One is a surgeon, the other is essentially an auditor, where they kind of go through companies' records to make sure their books are in order, but is a millionaire. Okay, so he's straight, kind of like that. And the aspect of privilege was interesting for me because it is not from my vantage point, but to see how London comes from privilege, where her father is so accustomed to just throwing money that she had to explain to Drew, like, I don't need you to throw your millions around, baby. Like, I need you as the person. It's very easy to say, here, take this coin and move about. And so I really like that aspect. One thing in this book that really made me side-eye was how her mother and her stepmother are homegirls. Like, what kind of crazy? And I guess once you've moved past the man, whoever he's with really doesn't even matter. And so I could see it, but not really. Like, that was really interesting to read. One other aspect that was interesting to read in this book was how kids growing up in this digital age are so easily exposed to just new things. And so in the book, Nina, London's younger sister, who is about 14, is caught by her mother taking naked pictures. And so as someone who doesn't really take naked pictures herself, I was kind of like, this 14-year-old is taking naked, like nudies, you sending nudies? But her mother caught her before she was able to send him to anyone, allegedly. I think that is just so crazy that we live in a world now where that is possible, where the kids are younger, being exposed to sex a lot earlier, being exposed to some of the internet bullying and internet behaviors that we didn't grow up dealing with. That was interesting to see the character navigate. Ultimately, the book is about Drew and London's relationship, and I appreciate that Drew always had a thing for London. Is his name Drew? I think his name is Drew. I always had a thing for London, but she didn't really have a thing for him, because it harps on a conversation that I've been having recently with friends about how a man always has to love you more than you love him, because as women, we're naturally going to love hard. And so you really do see that expressed in this book. So this book came right on time, especially after having that conversation. A lot of other just small nuggets in the book that is spoken about, specifically about the desire to kind of work in a more community-based grassroots to the field type instead of working with prestigious people, because you know you want to have greater impact. Although I would argue you can have impact anywhere. For London specifically, she wanted to be within her community because of her connection to that space. Book is great, very quick read, very easy, very similar to this review. It's really not much to it. It's just a nice feel-good break if you're in between reading anything too heavy, if you want to kind of read something that's lighter but still cute. For a rom-com, it didn't give me all the butterflies and the feels that I wanted, and that's okay. It does have me interested in picking up some of her other work, and so I will have the Hookup plan link down below. While you're here, you can also hit that subscribe button. You can get your Go Read a Book merchandise, which is available now, and I will be sure to see you in my next video. Peace.